50 Shades of Grey, 8 volumes, and that's volume 1. And it's by E.L. James. On the 27th of March 1997, I was declared legally blind with a condition called inflammation of the retina, which is the back of the eye. So I noticed the vinyl in our bathroom was shimmering, and that shimmering spread from a blob into a haze in my left eye and then went into my right eye. So within 3 months, I was declared legally blind. So I've made some braille dots, some grey braille dots, for the biscuits, but I'm worried that I haven't got enough pre-performance anxiety. So I'm going to make some more, and I've got some black food colouring that I have put a rubber band around so I can tell it apart from my pink. And I've got a bowl and I've got some icing, so I'm just going to open the icing here. We had a braille tea party at the Foundation of the Blind, and it was a very limited budget. So I thought, well, what can we eat? Well, what would you eat at a braille tea party? And I thought, well, you'd eat braille biscuits, of course. So one of the volunteer transcribers was a very good baker, and she also knew braille extremely well. So I suggested to her that we make some like this. So she made some slices and put chocolate drops as braille dots on the top of each slice, and they formed a letter. So that was the first time we did it, which is fun. I got asked, not long after I went blind, I got asked to speak at a donor function, and I said why not. So I went out to a room full of people and began to tell my story. In those days I'd only been blind for a couple of years, so I talked about the kids who were kind of 5 and 3 at that time, and learning how to cook and how to use a white cane. So I went out and spoke to this group of donors, and to my surprise, they were interested in what I had to say. I wasn't expecting that, so it encouraged me to do it more and more, and I've just kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it until 2009, when I decided to do it professionally and launch That Blind Woman. 2009, I went to Paris for the celebration of Louis Braille's bicentennial anniversary, so the 200th birthday. So that took us to Paris and to the top of the Eiffel Tower. And on the way home we went to Egypt, and I got to touch the Great Pyramids. For me, Egypt is probably my favourite place because I was so fearful about going there. You have these prejudices about the Middle East that you think it's going to be dangerous and something's going to happen, and it was a real why not moment for me going. So that kind of set us off on a new journey of travelling to the 7 wonders of the world. I was MC at the Comedy Festival a couple of years ago, and I was involved in the launch, and I had loads of fun, and it really inspired me, the Fringe, because it gives local artists an opportunity to perform. And I don't think that we get that very often in our lifetime. And I guess as a professional speaker, I'd been on the stage more than I ever had, and it was just an extension of that. Well, I went into the local adult store here in Dunedin, and I took in my volunteer, Margaret, who's 65. Which is irrelevant really, but she'd never been into an adult shop before, so we had loads of fun giggling our way around, and I was looking for an outfit that would be suitable enough to wear in the community gallery, not to be too risque, but to have something that would hint at bondage and discipline and sex without being too overt. Because it's fairly visual, so I'm a blind person who's actually going to be working in a visual medium. So that's going to be a bit odd for me, and because I'll be behind the window, I won't get the interaction of the passing public. I'm hoping that it'll make them smile, because I believe that if we can open up to other worlds and make things more accessible and drop the fear, then people will they'll embrace the new world much more easily. But I hope that if they walk, or when they walk past the community gallery, they'll take a glance, work out what it is, and have a wee smile.